In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on August 2nd, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Cincinnati Reds versus Miami Marlins. The Cincinnati Reds battle the Miami Marlins in the second of a 3-game National League Series on Tuesday evening. The Reds will have rookie Graham Ashcraft on the hill. The Marlins will counter with Braxton Garrett targeting his 3rd win. The Reds lead the season series 3-2. Cincinnati is 7-2 in their last 9 road games and 15-36 in their last 51 game twos of a series. The under is 4-0 in Cincinnati's last 4 Tuesday games. Miami is 1-4 in their last 5 game twos of a series and 0-4 in their last 4 games. The under is 4-0 in Miami's last 4 Tuesday games. Cincinnati is 15-5 in these two teams' last 20 head-to-head meetings. The Reds have won 3 of their last 5 games, but they have struggled on the road, where they have lost 5 of their last 7 games. Even though they are playing well offensively, they will have a hard time scoring in this game because they aren't very good offensively on the road, and Garrett has done a good job on the mound in recent starts, giving up 6 runs in his last 3 starts. He gave up 1 earned run in his last 2 home starts and won't have trouble keeping Cincinnati's offense in check. The Marlins have struggled in recent games, but they continue to play well offensively. They've done a good job against right-handers this season, and they're going up against Ashcraft, who has struggled on the mound in recent starts, giving up 11 runs in his last 3 starts. He gave up 4 runs in his last start against the Marlins and will have a hard time slowing them down. The Miami offense was not able to produce more than 1 run this year and remains the biggest sore spot for this Marlins team. Cincinnati has won 3 games in a row and will turn to Graham Ashcraft, who has allowed 10 runs in his last 16.1 innings pitched. For Miami, Braxton Garrett has allowed 6 runs in his last 17 innings, so the Miami Marlins money line is our full game side pick. The Reds are averaging 4.4 runs per game and 3.51 runs per game on the road. They averaged 4 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Marlins, with Miami giving up 4.33 runs per game. The Reds will hit their average in this game. The Marlins are averaging 3.98 runs per game and 3.9 runs per game at home. They averaged 4 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Reds, with Cincinnati giving up 5.4 runs per game on the road. The Marlins will score enough runs to push the score past the total. The Reds' offense is decent, and they are generating offense. They just accumulated 23 runs in the 4 meetings against the Marlins last week and have averaged a respectable 4.8 runs in their last 10 games. In addition, the Fish will contribute to this total as well. They scored 10 runs in the final 2 games of last week's series against the Reds. Their pen continues to be exploited and is last with a 5.2 ERI. The over is also 4-1 in the Reds' last 5 road games. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Mets versus Washington Nationals. The first-place Mets face the last-place Washington Nationals Tuesday in the second game of a 3-game series. The Mets have won 8 of 10 games versus Washington heading into this series. Jacob deGrom is slated to make his first start of the season, while Corey Abbott makes his first start of the season for the Nationals. New York is 7-1 in their last 8 road games and 36-15 in their last 51 division games, while the under is 9-1-2 in their last 12 game 2 matchups. Washington is 17-37 in their last 54 games overall and 3-7 in their last 10 Tuesday games, while the under is 6-2 in their last 8 games overall. deGrom will be making his first start of the season, and he might be on a pitch count here, but I still expect the Mets to have very few issues winning this game. deGrom will lock down for his innings, and the bullpen will have no issues slowing down a Nationals team that is averaging only 3.82 runs per game. This is going to be an interesting game as deGrom makes his return against a slumping Nationals team that's going to be on the clock to make the deal for Juan Soto. Even if a deal for Soto didn't get made, the Nationals are a disaster, and the Mets are just the better team and should get an emotional lift from getting deGrom back. I believe that this is just a spot to continue continue to fade the Nationals and back the Mets. The Mets will find some success with their bats, much like they did on Monday, and get the job done here. So the New York Mets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. New York went into Monday with the over holding a 50 to 44 to 7 margin this season. They are ranked 5th in the majors with 4.7 runs per game on the year. The Mets are 7th in runs per game at home as they put up 4.72 runs a contest to this point of the year. Their average total entering Monday night is 8.43 runs per contest, and that climbs slightly to 8.68 runs per game on the road. Washington entered Monday's game with the under holding a 51 to 49 to 3 advantage in regard to the total this season. The Nationals are 27th in the majors with an average of 3.82 runs per contest, and they are 27th at home as they put up 3.69 runs per game as the home team. Washington has seen an average total of 9.27 runs per game, and that number drops to an average of 8.99 runs per game at Nationals Park. It's tough to have faith in Washington's lineup to generate much in the way of offensive production, especially if they could be minus pieces by game time. Look for this game to end up short of the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Seattle Mariners versus New York Yankees. The Seattle Mariners are currently sitting in the 2nd spot in the American League wild card race and looking to continue doing well. They are sending young righty Logan Gilbert to the mound as he is coming off a no decision against the Houston Astros where he threw 6 innings and gave up 2 runs on 5 hits with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. The New York Yankees have been extremely active before the trade deadline as they have acquired outfielder Andrew Benintendi, reliever Scott Effross, starting pitcher Frankie Montas, and reliever Lou Trevino to bolster their squad. Right-hander Jameson Taillon did not factor into the decision against the Kansas City Royals where he threw 6 shutout innings allowing just 4 hits with 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. The Mariners are 20-7 in their last 27 road games and 21-7 in their last 28 overall. The Yankees are 41-13 in their last 54 home games and 62-28 in their last 90 overall. The over is 8-1 in Yankees' last 9 home games. The Mariners are 2-11 in the last 13 meetings in New York and 16-37 in the last 53 meetings. The Seattle Mariners are not as great offensively as the New York Yankees, and the injuries are mounting up for them to make this feel extremely difficult. These starting pitchers have been pitching very similarly in their last 15 starts as Logan Gilbert is 6-4 with a 3.3 ERI in 90 innings, while Jameson Taillon is 8-1 with a 3.98 ERI to 83.2 innings of work. These offenses are at 2 different levels in the previous 7 games as the Yankees are scoring 5.14 runs per game while the Mariners are averaging 2.86 runs per game. The Yankees have won 11 of the previous 13 games played at Yankee Stadium. You can make a case for either side here, as both Gilbert and Taillon have been dealing this season and give their teams a chance to win whenever on the mound. However, betting against the Yankees with the way they're putting runs on the board is tough to do at the moment. We're not being asked to lay anything crazy, so the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. The Yankees will eventually get to Gilbert, but he will still do a solid job of keeping the Yankees off the scoreboard for as long as he can. He is currently 10-4 this season and he has a 2.78 ERI. As he hasn't allowed his opponents to do a lot at the plate this season, he has also been a beast on the road, as I don't think the Yankees will score more than 5 or 6 runs in this game. The Mariners will also do their part, as they have been one of the best fielding teams in the league. Seattle is scoring the 23rd least amount of runs per game, and they have the 25th lowest overall team batting average. Taillon and the Yankees bullpen will keep the Mariners off the base paths. These bullpens have been doing well throughout the season as the Mariners are 10th in the majors with a 3.57 bullpen ERI, while the Yankees are 2nd with a 2.92 reliever ERI. The offenses are not scoring too much since the All-Star break, as Seattle is averaging 3.1 runs per game in their 10 games since the break, while New York is scoring 4.91 runs per game in their 11 games. The under is 41-16-3 in their previous 60 games against one another. The Yankees will get the job done, but Seattle will make it difficult to score in this one. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.